What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe to help the channel grow. We've been going for a week now and I'm overwhelmed with all the support and all the positive comments we've got. Let's keep it going, guys. So it's your favorite time of the week. It's time for some player ratings. Springboks player ratings versus Italy. And we're going to have to be brutally honest here. We're going to have to be very brutally honest, guys, because there's some players that have some very high scores and some players that don't. So the way these scores work is we normally score them based on how that player's been performing throughout the season. So just basing them against their past performances. So if you think a player deserves higher, it's just because it's based on the performances they have done and what they have shown in the jersey before. So we are currently in Cape Town for the next few weeks, traveling from England. It's very windy today, but we had a good day today watching the Springboks get a nice win. We were out in Cape Town to V&A Waterfront, so that was a cool experience. So let's start off with number one, Boan Fenta. Did not play many minutes today again. He did alright, he had an okay game. The forwards did struggle in the first half, so he's obviously not going to get the highest score. We're going to give Bonfenta a 6 out of 10. Number 2, Johan Grobler. Now, Johan Grobler, this is one of his best performances in a Springbok jersey. He was really solid, especially with his turnovers, and he was really stuck in today physically. I thought he had quite a good game, and he was very busy around the park today. Does sometimes seem to have a few skew throws or struggling with his throws. I don't know what's going on with some of those throws. Maybe the ball is very damp and wet, but he'll probably something he'll have to work on going forward. But I thought he was one of the more standout forwards today. So for him, I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for Johan Grobler. Number 3, Zachary Porton. Obviously did not get many minutes. The young prop, very exciting prop. I do like the work he does around the park, though. Obviously, he did struggle a bit in the scrums against quite a solid Italian scrum and quite a solid Italian forward pack today. But what I do like about him is the shots he puts in on defense and his work around the rucks as well. He's really, really tenacious around the rucks. So for him, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Didn't play as many minutes as I would have liked him to play, but it's good experience for him, and he'll just get better as time goes on. So number 4, Jean Klein. Jean Klein is one of those guys that just gives you rock solid performances every week. He just puts his body on the line, makes hits rucks all the time. He's one of those players you don't really see that much until you just actually look at him and see how much he does. Today, for about 5 minutes, I was just watching him to see how much work he gets through, and he gets through a lot of work. So for Jean Klein, I've gone for a 7 out of 10 just because his first game back in the jersey in a while, and he really got stuck in. And I honestly think Jean Klein might have a spot in next week's team, because I know the coaches have been enjoying playing 4 locks in the squad, 2 in the starting lineup and 2 on the bench, that one that can roam between lock and loose forward. So I think he might even get a shot on the bench next week against his old international team, so that could be interesting. Number 5, Franco Mostert. So we all watched the game, we all saw what happened there. Unfortunately, he was given a red card, so we can't give him a high score. Even if we don't believe that he deserved a red card, which I don't believe he deserved a red card. I thought it was a rugby incident and minimum a yellow card or even a yellow card with a review. Just not a straight red in my opinion. You can't argue with the ref's decision, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to give him a 4 out of 10. I mean, he always puts his body on the line, gets work done around the park, but it's just unfortunate the way that he had to get a red card today. So 4 out of 10 for him, unfortunately. All right, now number 6, Sia Khaleesi. I'd say this was one of Sia Khaleesi's more quiet games that he's had. He obviously does get through a lot of work, especially at ruck time. I've been saying this, and I've seen some comments laughing at it, but Sia Khaleesi really gets through a lot of work at the ruck time and makes some big hits on defense. Normally, Sia Khaleesi is the one guy putting in an early big hit or early big carry to really set the tone for the team, but he just didn't get that today. So for Sia, I've just gone for a 6 out of 10. He didn't really play much. Can't really give him a 5 because that kind of says that he had a bad game, but he didn't have a bad game. He just had an okay game. All right, at number 7, Ben Jason Dixon. I felt so sorry for him. He got taken off early. One guy I really wanted to see get a nice big game time today, because I wanted him to just have some game time in the jersey to really get back at that last year's performance against the All Blacks, just boost his confidence. But him just being in the squad and being with the team touring will boost his confidence in general. So for him, I've gone for a 6 out of 10 because he didn't play much at all. He got taken off quite early with the whole red card and everything. I thought they were going to take off Sia, but obviously after last week they didn't want to take him off twice in a row, and they want Sia to be a bit more match fit for next week and get some game time. So I've just gone for a 6 out of 10 for him. I would have gone a 5, but he's come back into the team and he did make some nice clean outs and some nice hits, so 6 out of 10. All right, at number 8, Marco van Staden. Now this is a bit of a tricky one. This is really a tricky one because Marco van Staden is so volatile in the fact that he's always putting in massive shots. He's always hitting the breakdown, but sometimes he can just cost the team with those penalties a bit. I mean, he did get a yellow card, and it was frustrating to see how he would keep going for it, and sometimes a bit reckless, but he was still in line for player of the match because he is busy, and he is one guy that every single time he puts on the jersey, he looks like he deserves to be there, and he looks like he's earned it. So I think I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for Marco van Staden. Some people might disagree and say he should have lower, and some people might disagree and say he should have higher, but I'm just going to go for a 7 out of 10 just because I thought the work he did put in was good, and he was just a little bit reckless at times. But 7 out of 10 while having a yellow card, it's not bad at all. Now number 9, Morne van der Berg. I honestly thought Morne van der Berg had a really good game for him. It was good to see him finally get a dry game for the Springboks. I know Rusty's made a joke about that he always plays in the rain, and he's more suited to the dry conditions, but I've really enjoyed the way he's been playing. He's quite physical. He reminds me a bit of Kobus Reinach in a good way. Like, he's got that physicality about him, and I do think he's one to watch for the future. I mean, I think him and Grant Williams will play a lot of games together as the 2 9s, as a bit of a combination, as a 1-2 punch there. For me, for Morne van der Berg, I've gone for an 8 out of 10 just because I thought it was one of his better games. He scored a try. His box kicks were quite solid today, and he was quite physical as well. He's honestly one of the scrum offs that's quite a breakdown threat as well. He can honestly get over the ball and win us a few penalties on the ground. So very, very good player, and I'm excited to see him going forward. So 8 out of 10 for him. All right, now number 10, Handré Pollard. Now this is a bit of an interesting one. He had a solid game. He's a solid player, but I do think he is the number 3 fly half right now. I do think that right now in the pecking order, Sasha is probably number 1 and Mani is number 2, with Handré being number 3. But this can always change. I mean, he's a solid player. He's a clutch player. He's never, ever disappointed us in clutch moments. So he's an important player to have in the squad, especially for the development of the other players. But I just feel like when Handré Pollard plays, especially on attack, it just becomes a little bit stagnant. Like, we don't get that same fluidity on attack. Obviously, there's been a lot of changes today for the team. And it's not going to be the same group of guys. If he was playing with Dale Lindy, Creel, maybe Kobus Reinach or Grant Williams from the start, maybe it would have looked a bit different. But for Handré Pollard, I've gone for a solid 7 out of 10. I thought he had a good game. He had some good high contestable kicks, good drop kick as well, good kicks for poles. He was solid, just didn't really stand out for me. But that's what we expect from Handré Pollard. We expect solid games from him in the number 10 jersey. Like, if he's in the number 10 jersey, you're never gonna be upset about it. He's gonna have a good game every time. He's gonna have a solid performance. So 7 out of 10 for Handré Pollard. And now moving on to number 11, Kurtley Arendse. Now, one thing I will say about Kurtley Arendse, which I think is one of his best attributes, is that off kickoffs, his tackling and his timing on his tackles is so good. It's absolutely world class. I thought he had a good game. Obviously, all our wingers were kept quite quiet today with the attack. I think just because of the lack of cohesion and all the changes, the ball didn't really get to the wing as much as we would have liked. But for Kurtley Arendse, I've gone for a 7 out of 10 just for his defensive performance and his performance in the air. He is rock solid in the air. Number 12, Ethan Hooker. Quiet game from Ethan Hooker. The ball didn't really get to him much. I would have loved to see him play a whole game at 12 because he can really carry and bruise defenses the way he carries. I was really looking forward to see Menoncello and Breaks versus Ethan Hooker and Moody. We didn't get to see that the whole game, unfortunately, but he still had quite a solid game. So I've gone for a 7 out of 10 because he had a great finish in the corner and he is a workhorse. He really gets work done. I mean, especially every time they have an overlap and he has to do that charge back defense where he has to really make a try-saving tackle, he's always putting his body on the line and he's always making a great defensive effort. So I think the things that you can't coach, like the effort you put in, the intensity you play with, Ethan Hooker is up there with one of the best, and that's why I think he is 50, maybe 100 cap Springbok quality alongside Kane and Moody. They are world-class players. So for him, I've gone for a 7 out of 10. Now, for Kane and Moody, I have gone for an 8 out of 10. I thought Kane and Moody was world-class today, especially in the second half. The first half, a bit quiet, but still, he is a threat everywhere. And I know in other games, some people have seen comments saying, he shouldn't be playing 13, this and that. He shouldn't be in the team, but he is really good. He is a really good player, and he's good under the high ball. He's good on defense, reading the defense. Sometimes, though, he can be a bit over-eager and it can cost him, but I love his confidence about it. He makes a decision and he sticks with it 100%. His attacking play is getting much better as well. Drawing in 4 defenders like that and giving the ball to Grant Williams as an assist for that try was quality. The way he gooseyed and beat was it Louis Liner on the outside? That was such good attacking rugby for him. So no, 8 out of 10 for Canan Moody. He's a world-class player and he was one of the best backline players today. Number 14, Edwil van der Merwe. A quiet game for him, but a solid game as well. You can't say he had a bad game. You can't say he had a great game, but everything he had to do, he did well. He's one of those guys, if Colby or Cody Orenso are injured, you can just plug him in right away and he'll be fine. He'll even have a great game. So he's a great player. For him, I've gone for a 7 out of 10 just because the things that he had to do well, he did well. It wasn't like he was asked to do that much today. Obviously, he had a bit of a work to do in the air and defensively, but I thought he handled his own quite well. Fortunately, he was off for a while. Would have liked to see him get a full 80 minutes, even though he did go off. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for Edwil van der Merwe. Solid game. Now, number 15, Damian Willemse. Damian Willemse, for me, gets a 9 out of 10 today. I thought he was our best player on the field. He won man of the match, rightfully so. He was world class. There's just some games with Damian Willemse you can see when he decides that he wants to play well. On the day when Damian Willemse decides he's going to be the best player on the field, he is. He always is. I mean, his footwork to get some out of some crazy situations. Even last week, he just knows how to get out of some sketchy situations. So he's been pinned back a few times, but he just always finds a way out. His footwork is world class. He's powerful. He can play 10, 12, 15. He can play anywhere. And he's a big boy as well. I mean, he can really hold his own physically. And he's been doing that recently. He's had a great year. Probably his best season in a Springbok jersey if you had to think about individual performances. And he's been solid under the air as well, under the high ball. So for me, a 9 out of 10 for Willemse. He's been everywhere. He's been sharp. Things are looking good, especially for him. If he can just stay injury-free going forward, and he's going to have a great career at Springbok jersey. I mean, he's already a 2-time World Cup winner. So I'm really excited to see how his development goes forward and how he can really, really boost his performances going forward. I mean, he already is part of the leadership group. You can just tell the way he plays and the impact he has. He's always one of the first guys in the huddle as well to make some calls. So he's definitely a part of that leadership group already at such a young age. So that's good to see. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for Willemse. Quality performance. Number 16, Gerard Steenkamp. I've gone for an 8 out of 10 for Gerard Steenkamp. I thought he had a massive impact. They even asked him to carry the ball off the line out a few times, which you don't really see props doing much. I know we get Ox and Chair doing it, but he's a really good ball carrier. And so seeing Gerard Steenkamp do that, I was quite surprised today, but he had a great game and he made a big impact. Scrums, ball carries, defense, ruck time, he was dominant all over. So for me, an 8 out of 10. Number 17, Volkulo. I forgot that they did that. Number 17, Volkulo. I've gone for a 7 out of 10 today. I didn't really get that feeling of the dominance from him as he has had over the last few weeks today. Obviously, he was asked to come on a bit earlier, so I think for a guy like that, if they're getting told before the game that they're going to come on with 30 minutes left, they're kind of mentally prepared for that to really put their bodies on the line a bit extra. When they come on like that, they know that, okay, 30 minutes left, they can push a bit harder. You have to come on a bit earlier and almost play minutes as if he was a starter. So for me, I've gone for a 7 out of 10 for him. I mean, solid performance. The scrum really changed when he came on. Made some good carries. His carrying has gotten a lot better. His ruck time dominance as well. These things I look at, he is really dominant at ruck time. Every time the ball goes towards his side, there's always clean ball and quick ball. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for Volkulo. Good performance. Number 18, RG Snyman. He had a big impact today. He was making some big hits. He's good at line-out time. He's just a great player. He's honestly such a world-class player, and I think he's gotten so much better. Even without all the offloads and everything and all the flashy stuff that people love about him, he's just such a good player. The hits he puts in, the carries he puts in, at ruck time he's dominant. He's just a guy that we have to have in the team every week, and he is world-class. So for me, for RG Snyman, I've gone for an 8 out of 10. Solid performance. 19, Rowan Nortje, always having a solid game. We know what we expect from him. Just big performances, big engine, always hitting those rucks, always around the ball, always everywhere. Solid 7 out of 10 for me. I think he should get the start next week against Ireland. He's really shown that he probably is the best lock for the Springboks this year, alongside RG Snyman. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for him. Number 20, Andre Esterhuizen. Another great showing. Played in the flank, really good. Moved to centre as well. He's all over the field, and he's honestly a proper utility player for the Springboks recently. So for me, I've gone for him for a 7 out of 10. He obviously changed the game. Didn't have as much of a big impact as he's had in the last few weeks, but with different situations, you get different games and you get different performances from the players. So a solid performance from him, 7 out of 10. I'm glad he's getting some caps. He deserves it. He's the one guy that deserves it. I mean, playing behind a guy like Dale Lindy, it's tough to get game time consistently, but he's been rock solid. He's a great player and he's world class. So I'm glad to see him getting some game time. Number 21, Kwagga Smith. I really thought Kwagga Smith was actually almost going to be in the running for man of the match the way he made an impact when he came on. He is everywhere. The coaches didn't select him against France last week, and I think they can't keep him out of the Ireland team next week. He was world class. He was everywhere. He is powerful. He is explosive. He just wants to be there. He wants to play for them, and he is just such a good player. I mean, the way his ball carries, his leg drives off the kickoffs, the way he never goes down, the way every time he picks up the ball from behind the scrum, I always think he's going to score, and he is just so explosive. So for me, I've gone for an 8 out of 10 for Kwagga. Yeah, world class player, world class performance. One of the probably the best bench player in the world. But talking about that, number 22, Grant Williams. Another great try off the bench, another great performance off the bench. Really bringing those great closing performances. Him and Manie Lebok together have been closing out games this year in world-class ways. I mean, he is so fast. He is probably one of the fastest players in the team, if not the fastest. I honestly believe he's the fastest player in the team, and he is so good. I mean, he could be a starter any day, but I think the coaches have found a sweet spot as a bench player that could also come on early, and the team will be fine. He is world-class, and while he is such a hidden gem for us the last few years, he is so good. He is world class, and he has really changed the game every single time he's come on. I mean, he runs like a wing, he runs lines like an outside centre, and he's world class. So for me, I've gone for an 8 out of 10 for Grant Williams off the bench. I know that might seem like a high score, but he just impacts the game so much. Right, number 23, last but not least, Manie Lebok. A bit of a wayward kick out of his hand there. He'll definitely be... They'll be laughing about that one in the change rooms, that's for sure. Don't know what happened with that one. Normally, Manie Lebok is the one putting the ball on the 5 meter every time. But, you know, when you're trying to really get the ball so close to the 5 meter every time, you're going to have slip-ups like that. But you can't base the whole performance off that one kick for the line. I thought he really changed the attack when he came on, as he always does. He's a great closer for us. His ability to kick high balls with his right and left foot really changes the dynamic for the team. And his high kicks are always spot on. I mean, that guy is such a good player, and he's developed into such a world-class fly-half. And on attack, he just makes everyone around him look better. And his little cross kicks, especially his little try assist for Ethan Hooker, was world-class. So no, for me, for Manie Lebok, I've gone for a 7 out of 10. Solid performance. He'll probably be on the bench again with Grant Williams against Ireland. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you don't agree, comment down below. If you do agree, comment down below as well. I know the last video had quite a few comments of people agreeing and not agreeing, and I love it. Please keep all the support coming. Please like and subscribe to help the channel grow, guys, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.